Listen to me right now, because this is not just another day. This is the day where everything changes. This is the moment where you decide whether you will remain where you are or step into the life you were born to live. And I am telling you that deep down you already know that you are capable of more than you've ever imagined, that the limits you have placed on yourself are illusions created by fear, by doubt, by the voices of those who never dared to dream big enough. And it is time to silence those voices. It is time to stand taller. It is time to push harder. It is time to demand more from yourself, because the world does not give opportunity to those who wait. It gives opportunity to those who act, to those who refuse to settle, to those who understand that the pain of staying the same will always outweigh the pain of change. And I want you to feel that fire inside of you right now, that fire that has been waiting patiently for you to awaken it, that fire that has been whispering in the quiet moments that you are destined for greatness. And I am here to tell you that the whisper is a roar, that the fear you feel is the compass pointing you toward your purpose, that the challenges you see are not obstacles, but stepping stones, that every struggle you face is a test of your resilience and your determination and your willingness to embrace the discomfort that comes with growth. And you must embrace it, because without discomfort, without struggle, without the moments where you want to give up, you will never know the true power that lies within you. And I want you to imagine for a moment the person you could become, the life you could live, if you stopped hiding behind excuses, if you stopped waiting for permission, if you stopped allowing the past to dictate your future. Imagine waking up every morning with clarity, with passion, with energy, with a sense of purpose that drives you forward like a rocket breaking through the atmosphere of limitation. And that vision is not a fantasy. It is your potential. It is the destiny that has been waiting for you since the moment you were born. And I want you to feel it in your bones, to let it electrify every cell in your body. And I want you to know that nothing external can stop you unless you allow it, because the only thing standing between you and that life is the decision you make right now to take full responsibility, to step into your power, to refuse to settle for less than extraordinary. And every step you take from this moment forward, every thought, every action, every choice must be guided by that decision. And I'm not talking about small incremental change. I am talking about a complete transformation. I am talking about becoming someone who cannot be shaken, someone who cannot be discouraged, someone who will keep moving forward no matter how hard the winds of life blow. And it begins with a single step, with a single moment of commitment, with a single declaration that today you choose to live differently, and that choice will ripple through every area of your life. It will affect your health, your relationships, your finances, your influence, and it will transform not only who you are, but who you will become. And I want you to understand that this is not a message of hope. This is a message of certainty, because once you decide to unleash the force within you, there is no power on earth that can stop you. There is no circumstance that can define you. There is no person who can limit your potential. And from this point forward, you are no longer a victim of circumstance. You are a creator of reality. And every challenge you face, every fear you confront, every barrier you break will only serve to remind you of how unstoppable you truly are. And I want you to feel that confidence coursing through your veins, that unstoppable belief that you can and will achieve whatever you set your mind to, because that is not just motivation, that is truth, that is reality, that is the force of human potential unleashed, and nothing in this world can ever accompany. Paired to the energy of someone who has decided to take control of their destiny. And I want you to live in that energy every day, to breathe it, to embody it, to let it guide you through the toughest moments. And I promise you that as long as you refuse to give up, as long as you refuse to settle, as long as you refuse to quit, there is nothing in the world that can stop you from becoming everything you were meant to be, everything you dreamed of, everything you imagined in your most audacious moments, and even more, because human potential is limitless. Because once you tap into that power, once you unleash that energy, once you make the choice to go all in, you will discover reserves of strength, courage, and creativity that you never knew existed, and they will carry you further than you ever thought possible, because the only thing holding you back was yourself. And now you have chosen to step beyond that limit forever. Now, I want you to understand something very clearly, that the moment you decide to take control of your life, the moment you refuse to let fear, doubt, or hesitation dictate your actions, you become unstoppable. You become a force of nature. You become the person who others look at and see as an example of what is possible. Because when you commit fully, when you embrace the struggle, when you push beyond every limit you thought existed, you send a signal to the universe and to yourself that nothing will ever be enough to hold you back. And that signal transforms everything around you. It changes your relationships. It changes your opportunities. It changes the way you see yourself in the world, because once you tap into that power, you realize that limitations exist only in the mind, and that courage, determination, and consistent action are the keys that unlock every door that stands in your way. And I want you to feel the magnitude of that truth. I want you to let it penetrate every part of your being, because the power you seek, the transformation you crave, the life you dream of, has always been inside you. It has always been waiting for you to claim it, and now is the time to claim it. Now is the time to rise above excuses, to rise above fear, to rise above the doubts that have been whispering in your ear, telling you that you are not enough, that you cannot achieve, that you are not worthy, that you do not deserve greatness. And I am here to tell you that every single one of those thoughts is a lie, that every single one of those limitations is an illusion, that the only thing standing between you and your ultimate life is the decision to step forward, to take action, to refuse to settle for mediocrity. And I want you to imagine the impact of that choice, not just on yourself, but on everyone around you. Because when you become unstoppable, when you decide to live fully, when you decide to unleash your potential, you inspire others to do the same, and your life becomes a beacon, a lighthouse guiding those who are lost, showing them that it is possible to break free, to achieve, to overcome, to rise above. And that is not hyperbole. That is reality, because human beings are capable of extraordinary feats when they refuse to be held back, when they refuse to accept average, when they refuse to allow fear to rule their decisions. And I want you to feel that power right now in your chest, in your mind, in your soul, because that power is yours. It has always been yours. And the moment you choose to own it, the moment you choose to act on it, the moment you choose to become relentless, nothing can stop you, nothing can deter you, nothing can break your momentum, because you will have aligned your mind, body, and spirit with purpose, with determination, with unwavering belief. And that alignment creates a force that moves mountains, that shatters obstacles, that transforms your life in ways you cannot yet imagine. And every step you take from this moment forward must be infused with that intention, that power, that commitment, that relentless drive. Because the journey will not be easy, the path will be filled with challenges, but every challenge is an opportunity. Every obstacle is a teacher. Every moment of doubt is an invitation to rise higher. And when you face those moments and you push through them, you will discover depths of resilience, creativity, and courage that you never knew existed. And that discovery will change you permanently, because you will no longer be the person who waited. You will be the person who acted. You will be the person who conquered. You will be the person who refused to quit. And I want you to carry that truth with you every single day, to remind yourself that you are capable of more than you have ever believed, more than anyone has ever told you, more than your circumstances would suggest. And as long as you refuse to give up, as long as you refuse to settle, as long as you refuse to let fear dictate your actions, you will continue to grow, continue to rise, continue to achieve, continue to I've the life you were meant to live, because human potential is limitless, because when you choose to unleash it, there is nothing you cannot achieve, nothing you cannot overcome, nothing you cannot become. And today is the day to make that choice, to commit fully to your vision, to step into your power, and to never look back, because the only thing standing between you and your ultimate life is the decision you make right now. And when you make it, the world will have no choice but to respond to your greatness. And from this moment forward, you are unstoppable, unshakable, and undeniably destined for extraordinary success. And nothing and no one can ever take that away from you.